Hey everybody, so what I'm going to have you guys do is you should have turned in your homework, and right now we are going to take out some notes. So I need you to get out your notes packet, and as I go through these, I would like you to go through these and write down the notes. If you need a moment, please hit pause. Otherwise, I'm going to get started here. So we have already done solving inequalities, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Today we are also going to be doing this, except we're going to just kind of incorporate all of them. So here, if I'm looking, I'm going to start actually at number 5 on your notes packet. And if I'm looking at number 5, it says 5r is greater than or equal to 45. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, that's multiplication. So to get rid of multiplication, I use division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5 because currently the 5 is what's connected to the r. I then, on my left-hand side, I get r, and on my right-hand side, I'm doing 45 divided by 5, and I get 9. If I look, I'm simply just taking my symbol right here, the greater than or equal to sign, and I am dropping it down. So therefore, it will be a less than or equal to symbol. So because it's a less than or greater than or equal to symbol, I am going to go ahead, I'm going to use a closed circle because it says or equal to on my number line, and put it with 9 because again 9 is in my answer. And then I'm going to realize that 8 is on the right or the left hand side, and 10 would be on the right hand side of number 9. So I'm going to ask myself, if I plug in 8 for r, would that make sense? Is 8 greater than 9? You'd go, no. So then I ask myself, does 10 work? And so I plug in 10. Is 10 greater than 9? And you would say yes. So I would fill in the right-hand side, including my arrow, and I've then just graphed my inequality as well. And that is how we do our one-step equation. If I look over at number 6, I have 3 is less than k minus 8. And so therefore I'm going to split it. And I'm going to realize that it says subtraction. See, it says subtracting 8. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, because if I add 8 to both sides, that's the opposite. And so then on my right-hand side, I'm going to realize I have k left over. So on my right-hand side, I'm going to have k. And on my left-hand side, I'm going to have 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. So I go ahead and write my answer there. I then am going to look, my inequality is currently a less than in the problem, and so therefore I'm just going to drop down that less than symbol, and it becomes 11 is less than k. When I go to graph it, I'm going to graph it with an open circle because it doesn't have the or equal to. So I'm going to graph it with an open circle because it doesn't include the answer of 11. And then I'm going to ask myself, would 10 be a possible answer, a solution, or would 12 be a possible solution? And I think to myself, is 11 less than 10? And you'd go, no. Then I go, is 11 less than 12? And you would say yes. So I would shade to the right again. And I've now completed a multiplication inequality and a subtraction inequality. We have many more types of inequalities, well, 2 more that we're going to talk about today. And if you turn your page, we're going to do 2 from this page. We are going to do this addition one on number 14 here. And so number 14, if we look, we are going to go ahead and split this down the middle. And then I'm going to say, hey, I see addition, so I'm going to use subtraction. And I subtract 7.8 from both sides. So I'm going to subtract 7.8 from both sides. My video may cut off, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on the next video. So just so you are aware, I'm going to get z on this side, and then on the other side, actually, I believe I'm going to be cut off here. So I'm going to continue this on the next video. So go ahead and watch the next video.